Our next presenter is from Ohio in the United States, and this is Niles Arthur Jackson. And Niles, is Rochelle there?
I'm right here. I'm next to him.
Excellent.
I'm technical support.
You
Technical.
look great. Behind the scenes, wonderful. So Niles is from Bexley City Schools, Cassingham Elementary.
It's Cassingham.
Cassingham, of course it is. I'm ready to go the last 4 hours, but as you notice, I have my bottle of Diet Dr. Pepper here that is fully caffeinated, so I will work on making sure I can read correctly. So Niles is not your everyday inventor. He spends every day looking for new ways to solve problems, invent new creations from recycled products, and create helpful tools for those in need. You are like a Bill Nye meets Mr. Rogers. You have a lot of creativity and compassion, and then you put that all together with your know-how. Your inventions have ranged from go-karts to countrywide infrastructure solutions. And we are so glad that you're here today, Niles. So make sure your tech person's doing their job well, and you can go ahead and start.
Hello, my name is Niles Jackson, and my invention is a trash cans collection solution. It stops trash cans from blowing away. It's called NBTC, No Blow Trash Cans. My problem was when it's a windy day, the trash cans in your alley can blow over and sometimes cause damage to cars, property, and litter is created. My solution was to use solar charged battery powered electromagnets under the trash cans underground to hold the trash cans in place and prevent them from blowing over. So how it would work is there'd be pressure plates in the alley set to the weight of a trash truck, and when the trash truck rolled over it, it would turn off the electromagnets so the trash truck could pick up the trash cans and dump them into the back. And then they'd put it back on, and then when they would roll off of it, it would turn them back on. And the reason they would have to be set to a certain weight is so normal cars that'd be driving over them didn't activate them. So my process was, I came up with my idea. It was a windy day in my alley, and the trash cans were just everywhere. And I thought that I could have a solution for this problem. And so that's when I invented NBTC. So I have some data. So my neighborhood of 2.54 square miles has 13 to 14,000 residents. This equals 5,041 households with an average of 2 trash cans. This totals a potential for 10,082 trash cans to daily be blown over. The impact is multiplied when considering personal property damage, cars and houses, blowing trash, litter, or debris, and finally human health risk when considering the rodents and other nocturnal creatures rummaging through the cans at night. So the way my invention is environmentally friendly is I'm using solar panels on top of the garages and buildings, rechargeable batteries, electromagnets underground, and pressure plates. So some potential improvements that I could have are create a switch for owners to be able to turn magnets off to open lids or to move trash cans, drainage holes in trash cans to prevent mosquitoes to get in there and make larvae, giving owners several options to place cans prior to installing the system. So I'm Niles Jackson, and that was NBTC, No Blow Trash Cans. Thank you.
Would you like to show them how an electromagnetic magnet works?
Sure.
So we can show you how an electromagnet works.
That is a great idea. That was a good question. And if you have the materials to do that, we'd love to see it.
We do. So this is a very miniature version, so we'll get as close as we can. It's dark here in Ohio. So we have a small I'm not in front of the screen here.
There you go.
Here, you hold it.
Okay, I see it.
We're trying to figure out the battery.
Well, we had it set up, and then it does tend to heat up.
Don't burn yourself.
Oh no, it doesn't get that hot, thank goodness. But we didn't want to leave it sitting on our desk.
Right?
It would also drain the battery.
True.
Okay.
I think it's on.
Oops.
Is it on?
Here, let's see.
I'm gonna use the bigger side.
Let's switch sides. So this is just a double
The
A.
battery shot.
It might be. It is just, we've practiced a lot of times today, so pardon
The
our.
battery's probably shot.
That is okay, but we see the idea of it.
Yeah, and we're gonna switch leads here and try it this way. Okay, there we go. Make sure you can see as I drop it off. All right.
Use the big side of the screw.
I think we've drained our battery. Oh, no, it picked
Whoa,
it up.
right at the end there. You
Again. So this is a very small example of how, I mean, this is just a 1.5 volt of an electromagnetic.
Right.
So these would be installed where?
Underground.
Underground. And then why don't you show them a typical, this is what it,
This would be that the pressure plate would look kind of like.
Okay.
So the trash truck would drive over, push it down to a certain weight, and it would turn the electromagnet off.
so it would be comprised of how many switches?
It'd be comprised of a switch in the owner's house, so they could turn it on and off, and then of course the pressure plate.
Which would have, so a total of 2 switches.
Yes.
So I guess that each person in your neighborhood would have to buy into the idea that they were going to put these plates in their house or these switches in their house.
Mm-hmm.
That, or it would be a government funded
Nice.
citywide initiative. So
That makes
we
sense.
live in a unique neighborhood on Stand With Niles here, where we have some, we're very blessed in where we live, and have pay a little bit in taxes, but never have snow on our roads, and we never have any issues with our trash,
Right.
and the wind blowing it over. But we would look to be more of a government-wide funding or a citywide choice of funding.
All right.
So that would be the expectation. And the
So-
homeowner, it would be included in the tax bill, but they
Right.
could opt out.
So, Niles, where are you so far in this? Are you in, this is a prototype? Are you heading to Pattonville, or what's happening next?
So basically, I haven't really made a huge prototype of it yet because it's a big thing that you'd have to prototype. I've just kind of got the idea of it.
But
So
you've talked about it.
yeah, I got like a blueprint and stuff, and plans for it.
Have you talked to anybody about how to patent your idea?
Yeah. So my friend's dad is
Patent lawyer.
he's a patent lawyer. So I talked with him about maybe getting a patent on my invention.
The first question people are going to ask, is how much does this cost? And
Right.
one of the things you might want to do is start to look at materials and start to price out what it's going to cost. You're not going to use that little tiny magnet. You're going to need things bigger. You might want to start doing research on that, because whether it's something that the homeowner buys or something that the government buys, the first question is, what does it cost?
Absolutely.
And Niles, also, I think that this could be a really neat passion project. I imagine that in your neighborhood that you have people over the age of 60 or 70 that may have trouble with their trash cans and can't afford to just keep going out all the time and picking them up. You're a young little whippersnapper, so you can pick them up all the time, and you might get charged like $5 a can to pick everybody else's up. But this project also will allow people that can't turn their trash cans back over. The cool thing about having it done for them basically is that they don't fall over. So you might want to even put that little edge in it when you start to pitch it.
One of the things that I think brought this idea to Niles, this was completely his idea, was that when we walk to our school and home. We are a completely walking community. And I would make them pick up the neighbors' trash cans. I think that spurred the idea, and he took it from there. So the solar cells mounted on the homes, there's definitely research in the dollars there. I think that's great advice for him. There's funding for that out there with the government right now. I know solar cells don't cover all of the electricity that it would take, but
To be running all day and night.
to be running all day and night, right? And the buy-in, do I really want this as a homeowner? So there are a lot of questions right there. But the thought process behind it is what Niles is interested in potentially patenting. I'm saying that wrong. So that if there is an opportunity down the road based on his research, that he doesn't lose that window of opportunity.
Absolutely. You'll want to do that. And there's a lot of people that can help you with that. There's people on our team, that could talk you through the few pieces, but having a patent attorney that you're able to talk to is gold. Like that's a big piece right there. So I'm glad your friend has that opportunity for you. Niles, I'm very impressed. I didn't find out how old you were.
I'm 10 years old.
10. Yeah. Any other, you have about one more minute. Any other inventions in your head?
You invented a bike.
Well, yeah. I invented a bike, so it's a backpedaling bike. So have you ever heard of a green machine?
Yes.
It's like, how they have that like big front tire and there's pedals across it? I took my friend gave me this bike that she didn't use anymore. It was her old bike, and she said, do whatever you want with it. So I took the back wheel off, and I put on the front wheel of a green machine. Put that on it. So now it's like a backpedaling bike where you kind of lay down on the bike, and you pedal from the back.
So it's almost in a laying position forward now.
Yeah. Well, if you can't get the solar thing going, you could always just hook your bike up to your trash and cause your own electricity there, at least to show that you're really trying for it. And then maybe someone will say, oh, we've got to help him out. We got to get him some money in there to get that funding.
For our family of 7. Yeah. He has invented homemade go-karts and there numerous things.
Yeah, well, keep doing that, Niles. We need more people like you right now. There's a lot of problems out there that need to be solved. Check out the UN Sustainability Goals. Those are 17 things the United Nations says we need to get fixed by the year 2030. So if you have time, work on about 6 of those, okay?
We'll get right on that.
Okay. Thanks so much, and pay your tech person a little bit of money tonight. She did good.
How about we just go to bed on time?
That sounds good. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity.